It starts with a boat ride off the mid-coast, 6 miles offshore, to one of the places that puffins call home here in Maine, Eastern Egg Rock.
It's only 17 feet high, it's treeless, it's windswept, and it is a wild, wild place.
A wild place that welcomes you like this. Splashing in the water and flapping its wings, it's the first puffin we see. The island is a bird sanctuary run by the Audubon Society and home to a colony of playful and social puffins that have settled back here for mating season.
We are realizing that puffins are long-lived birds, and their secret to success is for the adults to survive. They don't have to be successful every year for the population to actually keep growing, because the adults may live to be 20 to 30 years old.
Dr. Steve Kress says this year there were fewer puffin eggs, and the ones they have seen have hatched later. Also, an alarming sight this past winter, dead puffins washing ashore. Kress says the birds were dying of starvation. A shortage of herring forced adults to feed their young another type of fish that was too big to swallow. Kress said some chicks died surrounded by piles of uneaten fish.
And they are the ones that are going to tell us about the health of the sea. When they start washing up on the beaches, there's problems out there that are affecting not just them, but people as well.
The food supply is a big concern for right now, too. Last year there were a lot of fish that the chicks couldn't swallow, butterfish. So the chicks didn't get very good food last year. But this year we're seeing a lot of hake, which is very nutritious, and the chicks can swallow it easily.
Interns like Maggie Lee Post, who live on the island in the summer, have been documenting puffin behavior, their food supply, and this year's eggs that are hatching. She also tracks the number of birds that return to the island every year. Well, as you can see, there are over a dozen species of birds here on the island, including the puffins. The National Audubon Society has been working for the past 40 years to restore the population here in Maine, considering just 100 years ago, there were barely any left here in the state. Biologists say in the late 1800s, the puffins were hunted and killed and nearly wiped out here in Maine.
These little trails that go back through, those are bird pathways.
What do the puffin eggs look like? Are they much bigger?
Puffin eggs are white. Here's a gull egg. See it back in there?
Yep. It was 40 years ago that Kress brought some puffins from Canada and reintroduced them here. Since then, they've thrived on secluded islands until now.
I think that our best hope is that we can keep these puffins and other seabirds protected on our colonies, that we can do everything we can to protect them on the islands, but we have to protect the oceans as well.
A healthy ocean vital to the survival of these colorful birds and maybe our own. On Eastern Egg Rock Island, Steve Roldan, CBS 13 News.